So very clearly, it seems that this civilization was inspired by ancient Egypt. When you take this in mind, you take the locked pictures, you take the pyramids in the background, you take the statues here, and then you look at Shadowkeep. What this should tell you is that this isn't just concept art that was used. This is something that is still being used, even now. Hello my friends, a few days ago, the big art dump for Witch Queen happened, and it, in my opinion, showed just a small part of how hard Bungie has worked on this expansion. Some of you might not know this, I think a lot of you do, but I absolutely despised the story for Beyond Light. So Witch Queen was truly a breath of fresh air for me. Anyways, in this video, I want to talk about the significance some of this art has, and how some of what the artists themselves have said matters quite a bit. What I'm talking about specifically is the massive amount of pyramid ship concept art we got. In case you want to see the art for yourselves, I have links in the description that will take you there. Now, I could go on for ages about this art. The questions that it raises, as well as some of the answers that I've found, that I think I found anyway. But for this video, I'm going to hone in on the art of Dima Goryainov. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Dima did a lot of work on the Vow of the Disciple raid, as well as the weapon crafting area, and just the overall pyramid ship palette in general. This art ranges from what I would say is thematic art to level design, and I have to say, Dima and the rest of the art team at Bungie have done an amazing job. Well done guys. I want to show you this area here. This is part of the raid, but you can go here for yourself by doing the preservation mission. What stands out to me the most about this area, apart from the amazing view, has to be the statues of the ponies. the horses. And what I believe are, I think, lions. Looking at the architecture, you can see a strong inspiration taken from ancient human civilizations. Ancient Egypt, ancient Sumerian stuff. So what does Mr. Dima have to say about this area? Designs and base blocks out for one of the areas in the Vow of the Disciple raid. This is where the first encounter that's actually inside the pyramid takes place. I worked really closely with Ray Broskovac, our raid art lead, on defining the layout and feel of this space. In the initial concept, I was thinking of this almost as a town square, a place for gathering that featured spaces for worship or ritual, as well as various historical artifacts. And this is what they had to say about the lion sphinx things. Designs for some of the artifacts seen inside the pyramid. The intention was to give a sense of history and culture to this space. This statement ties into what I've been saying for a long time, going all the way back to Kolabayev's art. Let me, from 2020, tell you more about it. Beasts lacking intelligence wouldn't be able to build a pyramid ship, they wouldn't really need to use stairs, and then if we go to this picture here, they certainly wouldn't need to make a city. And then a very, very simple thing is that they wouldn't make art or monuments with human faces on them. I believe this is very clear evidence that we're dealing with a humanoid race. Now, we're going to be talking about the inspiration behind this race. Again, taking this picture, this is what we're going to be focusing on. The next thing is that this picture actually shows an evolution of the civilization over time. If you look in the foreground, we have crude stone and metal with kind of tribal, I guess you could say, carvings in the material and architecture, and then once you go past the monuments holding up the traveler, you're looking at technology with energy, and then at the very back you have a combination of the two being a pyramid ship. What this evolution should be a sign of is that we're not dealing with a race that has always been that strength or that kind of height in power. It was a journey. They began as something small and they have become something much greater. The architecture of the pyramid ships and all the objects that you see, whether they be statues or... I actually don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
No.
No? No. Okay. They don't make it all look this way for the giggles. And what this statement proves is that it's not just artistic inspiration for inspiration's sake. The Pyramid race has a culture, an ideology, and a history. The written lore might not tell you about it, but the world screams it, and Mr. Dima has finally confirmed that this is the case. So, with this in mind, when you see a picture like this, it means a lot more, doesn't it? But yeah, I think you get the point that I'm trying to make, the point that I've been making for a while now. As always, I look forward to the day when the Pyramid race reveal themselves and we get to learn the story that honestly it may have been in the works since D2 began development back in like 2015. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe you learned something new. Also, I want to thank all of you for the incredible response my last video received. I had a huge smile going through the comments. I might not deserve this amazing community, but I am 100% grateful for it. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.